Hello everyone, and this is the second time of doing this now. After we had a whole intro and we were, talking about everything, and then it's just failed on us. But here we are again. Welcome to Gavra Racing's Weekend League. Yeah, now we should be all up and running. And I'm joined by a new co-commentator today. Would you like to introduce yourself again? Because you already did that before, but you can do it again.
Of course. Hello everybody, my name is David and I'm from Denmark. I like Formula 1 and I've been driving the game since I think 2017. So I know a lot about the game, but I'm not good at it. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Definitely, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens here in Melbourne. We just talked about how Melbourne is quite an unpredictable race, and how the fact I believe is that raindrops.
Yes, I think.
Was that rain? I mean, yeah, it is. That is raindrops that we can see. So, interestingly, this could be a wet start to this race.
Yeah.
And some of these drivers here, you noticed here, David, here, that some of these drivers on these flying laps at the moment are going to have to really push here, because if they don't get a time in before this rain comes down, they're going to be heavily affected because they won't be able to put in a faster time compared to these drivers who put in a faster time on the dries. So
yeah,
it's going to be a bit interesting here, as Dan Schneider, who got second in the Monaco race yesterday, as we just spoke about that earlier as well, has come across the line, an invalid lap, I believe, so that's not good at all for him. Oh no, he didn't, sorry, it was late. He did a 21.9, so not a bad lap from him, but he probably could have done better. But this rain is going to start to come down, and we might start to see a few puddles, which are going to affect some of these drivers.
Yes, we know that the intermediate is slower than the soft and mediums, so everyone is going to set a lap before it get intermediate weather.
Definitely, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, as see if we maybe get some wet weather going on here. Hopefully we can have a wet race, because a wet race is always quite fun here. But I can imagine Bequaz Boy here, who out in the pre-season race last week had a brilliant race, started in 13th and finished in 3rd, so he had an absolutely outstanding race. So he's going to be looking to put in a good time here. As yes, we are now all up and running, which is good. But yeah, as you said, David, Gavra Racing offers a lot of we try to get as many experienced drivers in as possible, and usually involves in very clean, lots of wheel-to-wheel racing, and I'm sure we'll see lots of that. So be prepared to do some fast commentary if needs be. But
of course.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens, as I now have to go into multitask mode, because along with commentating, I'd also do all of the social media. So if you haven't already, go and follow the Twitter and Instagram page, everyone. And that's where we all have all of our updates and all of our links to our different streams. Trying to but yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens here. Is the rain, you can see it, David, the rain really coming down here, and it isn't looking good for Bequaz Boy at all. It's Bequaz Boy. Ooh, he's really struggling through the high-speed chicane section with those tyres. Do you reckon he'll be able to put in a flying lap here or not? We can't tell really how bad the track condition is.
It's really off the pace in the first two sectors.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Bloody hell! We went from 0 people to have 26 people joining us. So, hello everyone. Hello. Welcome. It's Finay again. Hello. Yes, you were with us yesterday. Jutsi, hello. Yes, Jutsi, you're actually racing. I'd probably focus on racing, except yeah, but Quaz Boy retired. So as you can see here, David, that both of those cars who couldn't put in laps in this wet have both retired, because it looks like they can't put in a good enough time here with these wet conditions, and
Yeah.
it looks like we're gonna have a pretty boring end to this qualifying session, as no one is going to be able to improve.
Yeah, but that's a fact with rain, that you cannot set a better time on intermediates than a man on soft. So.
Yeah, definitely.
But do we have is someone out to take to set a flying lap?
I know. I think everyone's in the pit. Oh no! I mean, Edmer's out. What tyres is he on here? He's gone for the softs, but I can already tell that he's regretting his decision, as he seems to go very slow here. Doku's out on a fly lap, but no, he comes in, and we're going to see a looks like we're going to see a very quiet end to the session here, David.
Yeah. That's,
a little bit disappointing, a little bit anticlimactic, but
yeah. My first race as commentator. This happened, but we take it. We move on.
Yeah.
But
it'll be interesting to see what happens here. So people are coming out on flying laps. Maybe the track conditions getting better, but I don't see how it is. The rain is still coming down. So we could potentially see a wet race here, David, which is going to make for some very interesting racing.
Yeah. But who doesn't love a wet race? We saw Germany last year. It was unpredictable, the weather. So let's hope we get a race like that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Maybe get I mean, since it is only a 25%, and we might not see a change in weather. But you never know, the weather might change for the race, but at the moment it's not looking very likely.
People are sliding.
Yeah, there's a lot of drivers getting a lot of look, you can see here Cardoso has gone straight into the wall down at the high speed S's there. Just at the end of sector 3 there, at the end of sector 2, sorry. So yeah, as you can see, everyone really struggling here, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Yeah, you can see. Really, at this point here,
especially when it's a wet race, it's really going to be interesting.
Yeah, I think. I think in terms of like how much the rain is, you can see here that gives us a good ground for when the rain, like when you change conditions in terms of like on the track between the different compounds of tires, because the DRS has just been disabled now. So at this point here, we've had quite a few laps of rain. Like we've had about 3 minutes of rain. So usually about 3 minutes of rain causes an intermediate tire selection, it looks like, because usually once the DRS is disabled, that's usually when the intermediate tires are to come out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. You were gonna say something there? Sorry.
No, I want the Red Bull, Doki Boki. Is he going to set a flying lap or?
I'm not sure. I don't think he will. I mean, it's going to be very difficult for him to make a lap here. But I would say here, though, at the moment, David, it's looking very good for Jetsy in first position. This rain really helping him out.
Yeah, it really
hindering everybody else.
He did set a good lap early on in the session, so this rain is really helping.
Yeah, the rain really helping him out there in terms of the qualifying session, but it might be a little bit different in the race, whether it stays rain or not. I think me and David are hoping for some rain for the race, if we're honest, because it should hopefully make the race a little bit more interesting in terms of strategy between teams.
Yeah. Yeah, well, people are struggling for grip in these conditions.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like they are. Seems like I'm struggling quite a bit here. Well, this is, it usually isn't this chilled, David. It usually isn't this chilled.
I think X90G was out trying to set a lap on the wet tire.
Maybe, potentially, yeah. Potentially trying to see if we can maybe find some more time, but I don't think he's going to be able to.
I think he boxed after. We have one driver out.
One driver. Oh, we're at the end of the qualifying session anyway, and yeah, Doku here is just Dokubi, as we call, as just guys should just call him Doku, but coming out, he's coming into the pits here, and that's going to be the end of that, and yeah, that's going to be the end of the quali session. Still a little bit of an anticlimactic end to the quali, but nevertheless, oh, we've got Piero here. But hello, Piero. You're a fast driver. You're too fast for us, Piero. But Piero in sporting Absolute in the Absolute 11, who actually won last week's pre-season race out in Monza. So it's gonna be interesting. And this track, this track here, David, which is practically the complete opposite to Monza, really. In terms of, it's got quite a lot of corners in this track, but not much in terms of straights.
No, Monza, yeah, as you said, it's like a power circuit. It's a straight, like almost the full lap. And here in Australia, there are 16 corners or something.
Around that, yeah. We'll go with that. We'll go with that number.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, it will be. It's interesting. It's two completely different circuits.
Definitely, it's going to be interesting to see. Yeah, if you haven't already, go and subscribe to the Gavra Racing YouTube channel. Make sure you also go and follow Twitter and Instagram pages, as I said before. Support any way Gavra you can. You can support the Gavra and his team by donating to the Patreon. And any information needed will be in the Discord, or they're all on the Gavra Racing website, where everything is, everything is all posted there, and all the calendars and all the standings are all in there for each of the different leagues. Any other information up there as well. We're always looking forward to seeing new people in, as you are, David, a new person into Gavra Racing. We always look forward to seeing new people in league. But yeah, if you haven't already as well, make sure you go and pop a subscribe if you can to the Twitch channel. And you can also, I believe, you can also gift a sub as well if you want to. You can gift a sub, you get one free sub to gift, and if you have a subscription, you can also gift subs as well, so make sure you do that for us. But I think we are going to be getting ready to go racing very, very soon here, and there's a lot of stuff being put in the chat here. Could we make sure this is driver, you could make sure this is racing related, please? We're not putting a bunch of squid emojis in the chat, please. Thank you. But hello, Tobster. Yeah, a guy that just sent a load of it looks something like an octopus, actually.
Yeah, it do.
But hello, Tobster. You were here yesterday as well. How are you doing? I hope you've been practicing for GT Sport for next Thursday. But David, if you want to tune in next Thursday, we actually have the GT Sport League, which me and a few other people race in, and X-Laddie, who's actually in 4th place, commentates on that race. So
okay.
If you want to tune in then at 6 o'clock, that's 6 o'clock UK time, but I don't know where it would be. 7 o'clock in Denmark. So so if you want to tune in at 7 for the Gran Turismo League. And then also on Wednesday we have the Golden Crown series, which I'd recommend tuning into. And that's all of our leagues that we have in Gavra Racing, which I also recommend watching. If anybody else hasn't seen those leagues, go back and watch them. But we actually have all of the leagues compete together in teams of 5 to find out who is the ultimate racing league in Gavra Racing. So yeah, that's an interesting league, that one. That will be hosted at 8 p.m. UK time and 9 p.m. wherever you are in Europe time. And yeah, that'll be on Wednesday this week, and it'll be Tuesday the week after, and then Monday the week after that. So we're going in reverse order of what days those leagues actually are on.
Okay.
But we're about to count down here in Melbourne for the first weekend league race of the season, and we've got to pause. I hate when the game does this. And it's lights out, and away we go, and it's a good start from Jetsy, and there's going to be drivers all over the place. Let's see if he can keep up with the Force India. Might go look for a move down the inside. It's, Matt Prince down the Matt Prince, it's ex-Natty down the inside. A brilliant move from him up into second position, and this battle's going all over the place here as cars. Someone's off at the back. It's Grosotto off at the back, and he's got bad damage, David. He's got bad damage at the back there in the Ferrari. And already there's two people off in the gravel. There's 2 people off in the gravel. It's the Ferrari and the Alpha of Edmir and Ace de Sabo off at the back as well. So already carnage happening already at the start of this race.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened between the Alfa Romeo and Ferraris, but they end up in the gravel. And we saw X90G full send it into turn 1. So
definitely,
great start from X90G.
Definitely, I think there's going to be some moves up the back here as there's quite a few cars clumped together. As 2 cars are going wheel to wheel. It's Esky Boy and Bequaz Boy and Vincha all going wheel to wheel into this high-speed section. And in the end, Absolute's out! And we have a VSC already.
Did he spawn on the curb?
Yeah, I believe he did. An Absolute here, who won last week's race out in Monza, the pre-season race. It's crashed out here, and how unfortunate for him. And we've got a VSC at the moment, but that's heavily unfortunate for him there.
I've done it the same many times, so yeah, I can relate to it. That curb, it's really hard to spin around if you not get it right.
Yeah, it's going to be it's interesting. And Piero and Vinay. Piero was supporting Absolute 11 from the start, and there's a big no in the chat after he's spinning out. And there's a few drivers it looks like here. Dan Schneider.
Oh, another spin.
Another spin. It's Jutsi. It's Jutsi. Yeah, Jutsi in the Mercedes, and he's got bad front wing damage as well. Front right damage is bad there. But, yeah, we're back under green flag racing again, so we're going to see a lot of teammates here. Unknown Elder here, I believe, is actually a new driver as well, because he wasn't in last week's race. He is quite close behind. Greg's still here, but there's Bequaz Boy looking for a move, and he's got the pass done here from Bequaz Boy. Sorry, yeah, Natty did go full send right into that first corner. It was a brilliant move from her, actually. Into second position from X90 G, and now, Al-Bag, I'm going to call him Al-Bag here. So, there was a good move there from El-Mir here. It's Ace de Sabo getting around Cardoso as well. There's someone around. It's Esky Boy. Esky Boy in the into the wall. And he's got bad damage here, David. And that's Esky Boy into the pits. And Jutsi's come in for his wing damage as well. So, carnage already, but also a lot of good racing happening already.
Yeah, did he spin or did he just got taken out, Esky Boy?
I'm not sure what happened to Esky Boy. I went to him and he was on the gravel, so maybe he had a collision, or maybe he spun out. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, but I think he has not damage. He has not pitted, so.
Interesting. He does have front left damage, as you can see, so not coming in. However, Jutsi coming in onto the medium tyres, so I can imagine that a lot of drivers here will be just a one-stop for them going onto the mediums, as quite a lot of those people at the back have. It's the Sabo getting around. Looks like Clenchef. I'm going to call him Clenchef. I'm going to call him Clen Chief. That sounds better. Clen Chief here having bad wing damage problems, and he's on the grass there, and that's bad wing damage problems for him already.
Yeah, it's really easy here in Albert Park to damage your front wing, because it's a street circuit, but it's also a normal circuit. So and the barriers is really close to
the track. Yeah, definitely. But there's quite a lot of runoff points actually. For a street circuit, you wouldn't think. Usually, don't usually account this as a street circuit. Like most people, when you say street circuits, what comes to mind is like Monaco or Baku or Singapore. Do you know what I mean? It's like not quite a lot of people forget about this track because it doesn't seem like a street circuit because of all the big runoff points that are in some parts of the track. But as you said, mainly in Sector 2, is quite a lot where. Someone's off at the back. It's Clem Chief again, who's having big wing damage problems. And it looks like, is he going to come into the pits? Yeah, he does. He comes in.
I think the Terrosa of Cardoso, F1, also has a Lajado spin.
Maybe, yes, he did.
He's got start-finish straight.
Yeah, he has. Can you see the damage that he's got? He's got front bad end plate damage, and he needs to be taking it slow there with that damage. But at the moment, Jetsy, brilliant start here. He's made a 2.4 second gap to XNG, who also had an amazing start. Some brilliant, some brilliant overtakes from him there at the start. Managing to get around 2 drivers there on the start. And brilliant start from him, would you agree?
Yeah, of course. As someone said in the Twitch chat, he full sended into Taiwan and overtook 2 cars. Brilliant move.
Definitely.
Also
but
a brave move.
Yeah, it was a very brave move from him. But thank you, Piero. I do my commentary and I do what I need to do. But Vinay, you do have to pay for this league. There is a small contribution that has to be made, but it's more of a donation really. But they ask for an entry fee. That all of that money goes towards Gavra and his team to get the league, because Gavra has to run his website. He has all the Discord to run as well, and the man's a busy man, and he. As along with the work that he has to do in real life, he's got to work on Gavra Racing, so he needs all the support that he can get, him and his team. So we've had quite a few people have some early pit stops here, it seems, David. But Dan Schneider here is going to be looking for a good finish, as he finished pretty good in the Monaco 100% race yesterday. It's going to be interesting to see how he does. But up into 7th after his early incident where he had damage, and he's going to be now trying to gain on the drivers, and he's going to have to do some pretty good tyre management here, because all of these drivers ahead are going to pit, but he's going to have to do some time management if he wants to get ahead of the drivers who run fresher tyres behind him.
Yeah, he pitted really early, so his tyres will be done in around lap 12, 13 around, where the people in front will have much fresher tires. So as you said, he's gonna really look after his tires.
Definitely. And as a Gregster, one of the first of the front runners to come in here, so where will he come out? Will he come out in front of Dan Schneider? Let's have a look. I believe he will. So he does come out in front. So Dan Schneider might have lost out a little bit here, because he's not far behind the Red Bull, but in terms of pit stops here, it's going to be interesting to see where he is in terms of the Freeze front runners. So Gregster comes out ahead of him, but where will the rest of these front runners come out? Because the gap there, it looks like Dan Schneider might come out behind these top drivers, because on F1, the F1 game in general, lap times are usually about 20 seconds for a pit stop. So that's what I usually base it off anyway.
Yeah, but how many?
Oh, sorry, there's a move happening. So Grisotto down the inside of Esky Boy. Oh no, and he's gone straight into the wall after. Lost the rear end, and he's gone straight into the wall after, and that's big damage. But sorry, carrying what you're saying, there's a Jetsy and Exadi and Matt Prince all coming to the pits. If you just give me a second, I'll just quickly go over this before you say what you're going to say. Is Doku actually has wing damage, so I'm not sure whether he'll get that fixed, but he doesn't come into the pits though. Interestingly, Jetsi,
Jetska.
Nati, both in here to the pits, and let's see where Jetsi will come out in terms of the rest of the drivers.
I think Jetsi got a little bit held up by another car.
Ooh,
But
yeah,
I'm not sure.
It's going to be interesting here. Is actually Jetsi comes out ahead of Albag here, but Albag splitting up the two drivers of Xati and Jetsi. So this could make this very interesting. As there's someone off in sector 1. Someone's got a bit of a problem there in sector 1, but it's fine at the moment. And now we've got a bit of a battle on our hands here, David. Is from about second all the way down to 6th here, we've got a bit of a battle on our hands.
Yeah, X-Matic Albert Breath has not pitted yet, so he's currently out of the bell, as you can say, off track. But it's interesting to see how this battle will end.
Definitely, it's going to be interesting and absolute. I see you in the chat. That was unfortunate from you spinning on that curb, and we've all done it once before. But X-Natty gaining on the racing point in front, but also the Toro Rosso behind him and the Red Bull all gaining on X-Natty as well. And Matt Prince might look for a move here. Oh no, he isn't. He's going to wait for the straight. But he was looking like he was going to go for a move, and I believe somehow the racing point of Albaga Breath, I think you called him. It looks like he moves out the way for his teammates. Moves out the way of everyone, actually. Interestingly, as X-Natty gets through, and he's being attacked now behind from Matt Prince here. So Matt Prince looking for a move on X-Natty. So see if Matt Prince can get the move done. Will he get the move down into the around the outside? As Gregster gets down the inside of the slower car of Albagu here, and on the slower tyres, as you can see. And there's a bit of a battle going on at the back here as well between Edmir and Esky Boy. As Edmir gets past him, and there's a bit of a battle. It's the Ferrari of Ace de Sabo down the inside, and that was an ambitious move. And now the Renault has got damage, and that was a bit of an ambitious move there from Ace de Sabo, I think, there, did.
Yeah, he got a great exit of turn 14, and then sent it into turn 15, I think. And then, yeah, as you said, a really interesting move, but ambitious.
And, yeah, a bit ambitious there from the Ferrari driver, but Jetsi here, look how close he's got to the Red Bull in front. And remember that Red Bull's got down. The Red Bull comes in, so Doku comes in, so that's going to allow Jetsi to go ahead. And now X-Natty here is going to have to make up a gap to Jetsi in front, and we'll have to see what that gap is in a second when the timings come back up. Yeah, 2.8 seconds. X-Natty's going to have to try and gain to the McLaren in front of Jetsi. But also here, as Matt Prince and Gregster all over behind him. There's an incident in sector 1 and 2. Someone's off. There's an incident. It's a Ferrari. It's Grosotto. So he's off, and we've got a VSC, and that's going to calm this battle down a little bit. I believe it's the Ferrari of Grosotto into the wall there, off in the runoff point. So he's not going to be in the way of any cars, and he might be able to just come on and rejoin, it looks like.
Yeah, didn't see what happened. If he lost the car or he just got pushed off by the Toro Rosso.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe you've got pushed off by the Toro Rosso at the back, but Quazboy in, so not having a great race this week for him. Escaboy also in as well, so them drivers must have had damage. But yeah, we've got a few. So yeah, that gap. Have you noticed here actually? That gap from Natty to Jetsi has gone up to 4.9 seconds after that VSC. So that VSC really not helping X-Natty out here. And he's now being attacked from behind by the Toro Rosso and the Red Bull. And we've got a little battle for second on our hands here, David.
Yeah, the Toro Rosso, Matt Prince, is right behind X-Natty G. Will he have DRS enough? He has Slipstream.
X-Natty's got a good gap though. X-Natty got a really good exit and has managed to pull off a gap here, as the Red Bull will be trying to look all over the back of the sister team there of the Toro Rosso. But the Toro Rosso now is going to have DRS on X-Natty. Will he get the pass done? Oh, it's going to be close, and no, he's not going to get the pass done there. As just keep an eye on the gaps around the track as well, see if there's any passes going on. But at the moment, the main battle is up front between these three drivers. It's X90G in second, Matt Prince in third, Gregster in fourth position here. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, it will soon become to this third DRS straight, where both the Toro Rosso and the Rebel, if they get a great exit of turn 12, they maybe will have a chance to pass X-Matty.
Yeah, it's interesting here because Cardoso is an invisible lapped car, but Esquiboy actually is going to be a lapped car, and he's going to get involved in this battle that we can see coming up right here now, David. So this can be interesting as Matt Prince, looks like Gregster lost it a little bit somewhere because he's dropped back. But Matt Prince all over the back of X90. Matt Prince might go for a move here. He's going to have a lot of dirty air, though, coming out of here, but he's going to have the DRS. He's got the DRS. He's going to look for a move. He's going to go around the outside. X90 defends to the inside. Down the inside. Oh, no, but X90 good defending, but X90 runs it wide a little bit onto the grass. And now again, it's going to be interesting because it's going to be a lap car as Matt Prince round the outside. Will he get the pass done? Oh, it's going to be close between the two drivers. Will X90 get round the outside? And he does. He gets the pass done. X90 getting the position back around the outside. And this is some impressive racing from these two.
Yeah, Matt Prince got a really good exit out of the last corner. But there was not, and they have a really good fight into turn 1 and 2.
Oh, someone's
not able to make the move.
Someone's off in sector 2. I believe it was Dan Schneider, who's off in sector 2. But we've got a bit of a train of cars here. It's X90 manages to get around, I believe. Oh, no, Matt Prince has had a problem with the lapped car.
I think Matt Prince hit the wall.
Did Matt Prince hit the wall, maybe? But he may have had a problem with the lapped car of Esquiboy, because Esquiboy's invisible actually, so maybe he did hit the wall actually. As Matt Prince gets the move back down the inside, and now Gregster gonna go down the inside maybe. Oh, it's wheel to wheel for the high speed section, but I think Matt Prince here is gonna get the move done here. And now I believe, I don't know, where was Gregster when the DRS detection zone was? Oh no, Gregster does have DRS. Is he going to look for a move? He's got DRS and slipstream. Will he go for an inside? No, he doesn't. Doesn't go for the inside line. And Matt Prince, 1.7 seconds now behind X90. X90's made a gap to the car in front. And it looks like very nice there from Esquiboy, actually, who is actually still racing, but he keeps on going invisible here when these lap cars go around. So that's very nice and very safe, clean racing from him. Oh, he hits the wall again.
Yeah, I think Matt Prince hit the wall.
Yeah, he hit the wall again.
Out of turn 10. So,
Matt Prince hitting the wall again. Oh, Jutsi even going to the battle at the back here between the Red Bull and the Mercedes as Jutsi got down the inside after that the second DRS zone, and he's going to go up now, and he's going to just be ahead in front of Doku here, but Doku's going to try and attack on the Mercedes. Remember, Doku's got 3-lap-old mediums, whereas Jutsi here is on 9-lap-old mediums, so we could see a bit of a battle forming here, and it looks like it is between these two drivers. So 2 battles at the moment is I believe Doku's got wing damage again, so that battle's just going to fade out there, unfortunately. But bit of a battle going on at the moment between these drivers up front here. Matt Prince still looking at Gregster still all over the back of Matt Prince here, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And yeah, Despet, hello, and yeah, good evening to you in the chat there. But yeah, going to be a little bit of a battle here going on here, so I was just about to hand over to you, David, but there's going to be an overtake. Here's Gregster down the inside. He got the pass done, though he backs off, and Matt Prince gets through, but safe racing there from Gregster backing off there in that corner.
Yeah, Matt Prince didn't go defensive. He held his racing line, but Gregster wasn't able to make the move. Yeah,
he couldn't make the move there down the inside and had to back off a little bit, but keep on seeing Matt Prince keeps on losing a little bit, going into the walls on a few occasions, but as looking now at Matt Prince as he's slowly falling back away from Exat. He's Exat here in a good position. Just a little bit here from the cars behind. Dan Schneider here might try and get himself involved, because while that battle's going on, they'll be losing a lot of time. But it looks like Dan Schneider falling back a little bit due to that tire wear. So there's only a battle at the moment, mainly on track, is between what looks to be these two drivers at the moment of Matt Prince and Gregston. This is the battle for the final spot on the podium here, David, so this could get very interesting.
Yeah, both Dan Schneider and Yusikiev has tire wear right now, I think, because their mediums have been on their mediums for 12 and 11 laps now. So the tire wear is really kicking in now.
Definitely, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens as Gregster here is getting closer and closer behind Matt Prince. He's going to have to get some good exits here if he wants to make an overtake, and the main place where I think he'll overtake is through the first sector. If he can get close enough here, David, if he can get close enough, get some good lines in his final corners, get a good exit out the final corner, he could potentially close the gap down. As he's got DRS, will he look for a move into this section? No, he won't. That's helped him out a lot in terms of the pace here, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Gregster, whether he can get the pass done. He's got to get a good exit here out of this corner, and he's got to try and keep it behind the car, otherwise he's going to get a bunch of dirty air. He doesn't look like he's going to get the move done into this corner. He might look for it though. No, he looks for it, but not going to get the pass done. That's going to run him a little bit wide. Going to put him up badly for the second corner. But he's 2 tenths behind though. He will go for the move, and looks like Matt Prince defending to the inside, wheel to wheel. A bit of contact between the two cars, and Gregster, there's contact again. Gregster there at the inside line, but Matt Prince closing that gap down as Matt Prince losing. There's this big crash, and
that's an opportunity for Schneider.
That is an opportunity for Schneider, and he's going to go around, and he does. But interestingly there though, Gregster went round the outside into that corner and lost it on that curb and straight into the side of Matt Prince. Has Matt Prince got damage? Yes, he does. He has front right damage. He does. So that's a big moment in this race. This could be a good opportunity for Dan Schneider, as this could be a very good opportunity for Dan Schneider for the podium. If Matt Prince comes into the pits, this could allow Dan Schneider from behind to get a move done, but he's going to have to close down a gap. Oh no, he won. This is final lap, sorry.
Yeah,
it's final lap, sorry. It's final lap, but Jetsy's going to come across the line and win the first race here in Australia. Exani will take second, and Matt Prince is going to come round and take third, but we'll see what happens in terms of penalties, because Dan Schneider, 10-second time penalty there for clean sheath there. Dan Schneider
and a 5 for P8,
Gregster fifth. Doku gets around Albagu there, but Albagu might look for a move. I thought he might look for a move then to the final corner. No, he might go around the inside. He's going around the inside of the final corner. No, he just couldn't find the inside line there, and looks like Jutsi going to finish. So Gregster finished in 5th. Unknown Elder finished in 6th. Jutsi in 7th. Doku in 8th. Vincha in 9th. Albagu Breath there in 10th after penalties. Admir is going to take 11th. Ace de Sabo will take 12th position. Bequaz Boy will take 13th. And Esky Boy will take 14th. Cardoso will take 15th. Grossoto takes 16th, and Clenchy will take 17th place there.
Yeah, really optimistic pass on the try to make optimistic pass into the last corner. Albago Breath. That will have been a very nice move.
Definitely, it would have been, but that is the end of that race. But I believe, hold on a second, we have 2 races, which is always good here. We always want some more racing, we can't get enough of the racing, but As there we go, the winner of your race, Jetsy. Pretty pretty normal race for him. Not too many battles. He was clean sailing all the way through there, David. So very good performance from him there. Would you agree?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that was just after the first pit stop, I think. The X90G was right behind him, but then he just drove away from him.
Definitely, he did there. As he did drive away from X90G.
And then Schneider.
Those your winners.
I didn't.
Matt Prince had 6 seconds of penalties, but that gap there in the end, since Dan Schneider was 6 seconds behind him, actually managed to Matt Prince managed to keep his position on the podium. So
I think did Dan Schneider also did he have a penalty? I think he had a penalty.
Yeah, Dan Schneider did have a 3-second time penalty, so there was about 3 seconds between them. So
yeah,
in the end, but yeah.
Nice race. You were right. There were many close battles.
Definitely, and that's what Gavra Racing's all about. There always is some close battles, but give me a second, Mondo. I believe we're going for another race, because I believe there are 2 races, but I believe the second race is a little bit different. I should really know this stuff, shouldn't I? It's shocking of me. Give me a second. I'm just slightly a bit confused, because last race we had 1 race for the pre-season, but I believe that was just because it was a pre-season. But we are going again, so we are having a second race, but this one is going to be a little bit different, because this one's only a 1-shot qualifying. So the drivers have 1 chance now to put in a qualifying time, and if they mess up, well, then they mess up. Simple as. So we could see some new drivers on the podium, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And after that unusual qualifying session with the rain, we didn't actually have a wet race there, but we could get a wet quali, or maybe even a wet race.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see if Jetsiku can defend his lead, or his title, I was about to say, but
yeah, it's going to be interesting to see whether Jet Z can maybe get back up on, Jet Z, no, not Jut Z. So there's Jet Z and then there's Jut Z. See if Jet Z can maybe go for the win again. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah. Hope. Let's see if who gets pole. It looks like it's not going to be a rain session.
Yeah, be interesting to see.
Maybe we see some new drivers up in the maybe chance for the pole position, because you only got 1 shot, as I say, 1 chance to take pole. As you can see, into turn 1 is really changing, but his backwards boy is currently in P1. What makes Natty G.
Exciting, G. Well, to be honest, it's going to be quite difficult to commentate on this here, as everyone's just going to be moving around the place in terms of positions. So we'll just keep an eye here, as Baguazboy at the moment is in first, but it's obviously this is going to change a lot in terms of how people go about around the track. And someone's already retired.
Yes, it's out. The winner for the first race is out.
There's 3 drivers at the moment who are already out. So, Jetsy, yes. That's a big moment here, as Jetsy has
That's a big surprise.
That is a big surprise there for Jetsy, as yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Backwards Boys is about to pull, maybe? Going to the last chicane.
Yeah, but Quasboy could get it, and Quasboy had a brilliant race. Oh no, X90 might get it. I can't, just need a change here. Who's going to get it to the line?
I think it's going to be...
Oh,
yes.
and it's X90. So X90 takes first, and we'll start to see a bunch of times coming in here, as there's quite a few people have been disqualified, but that's only because of invalid laps. But that there is your final grid, I believe, so we'll see that in a second, but it's quite difficult to commentate over...
It is.
Difficult
but
to commentate
X90G
over.
on pole.
Yeah, X90G is on pole.
This time he cannot make a dive bomb into turn 1. But Yetzi out at the first one. That's a big surprise.
Yeah, so Jetsy is... Jetsy is going to start towards the back of the grid.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll have to see how everyone will do in the second race. So we're back around Melbourne again.
Yeah. And
Just wait for everyone to load in. We're going to have a formation. So I'll quickly run through the grid as it is. So X-Danny will get first. Quasboy second. But he had a poor race there.
yeah, he finished well P13, I think.
Yeah,
so
so interestingly, qualifying second, Jutsi third, Greg's the fourth, Absolute 11 in fifth. So hopefully we'll see something from Absolute 11 this race. Vidja in sixth, Ace Sabu in seventh, Dokubi in eighth, Gross Toto in ninth, Clenchief in 10th, Escoboy in 11th, Albagu in 12th, Unknown Elder 13th, Matt Prince 14th, Cardoso 15th, Dan Schneider in 16th, Edmund in 17th, and Jetsy in 18th place.
Yeah, really big surprise. Yeah, it's starting to be P18. But let's see if he can recover in the race.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, as Jetsy will be looking for some form of miraculous comeback here. Dan Schneider as well, who came fourth in that race after he made an early pit stop, actually managed to come fourth after all of the incidents that happened. He's going to have to make a comeback as well. And Matt Prince as well, another one of those, is going to have to make a comeback. So quite a few drivers having to make comebacks, but we'll see what happens as, we're going to come around towards the end of this formation up, and we'll be able to start the race here.
Yeah, maybe Yetzi can do a big undercut, like Schneider did in the last race.
Maybe potentially go into maybe a set of hards, even? Potentially. I mean, he could do.
Yeah, he could do.
Because the hards will go a lot longer in the race than the mediums would. So,
yeah.
So if he was to pit early, Jetsy maybe, or maybe he might be able to get a good jump on the start here, because with all the incidents that happened, he might be able to get a good start. But we'll have to see what happens, as everyone is going to be lining up now. And we should be ready to go in a second. So it's Xani on pole. He's going to be looking for a good start here. Let's see here now as we go into the second race here. And it's... Oh, no, it's not. It's done it again!
Eh,
Why every
no.
time? Now it's lights out and away we go, and it's not a bad start there from Exadis. He gets out in front here and there's cars all over the place. God, I can't, there's no way of coming. Oh, there's a Mercedes at the back who's had a big collision. There's a big collision with the Force India, I believe is round. Yeah, it's Cardoso and Al Bagu is round, and oh, there's big collision at the back there. There's Jetsi, as I said, he needed a good start. Already up into 14th place. He's going to go down the inside of Vincher. Yeah, it's Vincher, he's out. Oh, that's unfortunate for him, as we have now we have a full safety car here. So as you were saying here, David, as you said at the start, Jetsi here could go for a little bit of an undercut on everyone. Might even pit for the hards if he can here. Oh, there's a bit of collisions going on under the safety car, so these drivers need to be careful.
Yeah, because after he pitted if he pits to the hard, he can go to the
it'd be interesting.
To the race finish.
Yeah, definitely. It'd be interesting to see what happens. Let's see if anyone does come into the pits. Everyone might just go into a set of mediums, though. The mediums will probably get them to the end, but they may be struggling just a little bit towards the end of this race with those medium tyres. So it could be a hard option for a few people. I mean, personally, I'd go for the hard because I'd be more comfortable towards the end of the race. But have to see what these drivers go for. As it's turned all of my stuff off again. It's really annoying. So let's see here. So Matt Prince and Unknown Elder actually start on the medium. So anyone come in here. So Exadi in, Bequaz Boy in, Jutsi in, Gregster in, Absolute in, Doku in. Ace Sabo stays out. So actually what's going to happen here is, David, 2 Red Bull drivers in. The first Red Bull driver's only got a wheel, there's going to be a double stack here. Oh,
he's gonna...
yeah, Doku was held up a little bit by the first Red Bull, and look at how many people have come into the pits. So clearly, actually, I was wrong. The medium tyre could probably get everyone to the end of the race.
Oh
no, actually, Edmir goes on to a set of hards, so interesting from him. But what this has done here, though, is Matt Prince and Unknown Elder. This is unfortunate for them, because they were started on the mediums. They're going to have to pit later out of a safety car position. But they'll be on quicker tyres at the end of the race, so it's a little bit interesting in terms of the strategy that they've gone for. 5-second time penalty given to Cardoso, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. There was a ton of drivers pitting, and that's allowed a bunch of people to move around in terms of positions, and I think we're going to start to see. I think the safety car may either come in this lap or it'll come in the next lap. But already an interesting start to this race, and actually surprisingly completely different to the race we had before.
Yeah, but maybe the front guys could be lucky with a safety car later on. And yeah. So a much different race start than the first one.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I wonder if the rest of these guys on the softs will pit if the safety car doesn't come in this lap. Because we'll find out if the safety car will come in a lot, because it usually will come in towards the end of Sector 3.
I don't think.
No, it doesn't look like it's coming in, so I think, yeah, the lights are still on, so I think it is staying out. I think we're going to have it out for one more lap here, it looks like. And so, yeah, surprisingly, Ace de Sabo doesn't pit, along with a few other drivers. And, Dan Schneider in. I think Dan Schneider may have got a bit of damage under the safety car. These drivers need to be careful under the safety car, that they're keeping enough gaps to each other.
Yeah. But did Dan Schneider pit?
Yeah, Dan Schneider came into the pits, went onto the hard, surprisingly.
But before, like when everyone,
I believe he did. Yes, I believe. And let me have a look at how many stops he's got. Oh no, that was his first stop of the race.
Ooh, that's interesting.
So he went from the mediums to the hards. And no, I was just about thinking in my head. I was saying maybe Matt Prince and Unknown Elder could go from a medium to a hard strategy. But
Yeah,
interestingly, Dan Schneider, though, that's put him way at the back, though, which is going to be interesting. But that would put a lot of these drivers all the way at the back. If they were going to do that strategy, David, they probably should have done that strategy when the safety car first came out.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, I think there's a crash
between
the Renault.
Yeah, Clem Chief is out. Not out. Sorry, he's got bad wing damage, and I'm really sick of people colliding under the safety car. Guys, listen, right? If anyone's listening in the chat, right? Okay, if anyone's listening in the chat, right? Just keep your distance under the safety car, right? It's as simple as go at the same speed as the safety car. Keep your distance, and you will not get damage. Okay, that's for people for who's in front of you, people who's behind you, and you yourself. Just stay at the same speed. Okay, it's as simple as you can weave side to side to warm up your tires. Yes, that's fine, but just stay in the same place. And the safety car is in now. And
while you're saying that, people are still getting penalties for.
I know people don't need to be. People don't need to start being more careful. As the lights are going to go green here already, and there's a bit of a battle going on here as X-Nanny's going to be all over the back of his teammate in the racing point. X-Nanny might look for a move here. I think he's going to go for a move down the inside.
The Mercedes, the P4 was almost spun around.
The Mercedes Unknown Elder was almost spun around there, but he's come out clean there. Has he got some damage? I know. No, he doesn't have any damage actually. Oh, X-Nanny. Oh, he's having a bit of a tangle with the Toro Rosso. And oh, that was very close there from X-Nanny. He's having a bit of a tangle with the Toro Rosso, but Quazboy getting around, Al Bagu as well, and X-Nanny getting around Eskiboy. So X-Nanny really pushing here. The race leader really pushing here. Someone's round at the back. I think it's Al Bagu here, and Absolute getting around him as well. Now the Red Bull's going to be looking at Gregster, going to be looking down the inside. And he's going to get the pass done as well. And he's going to get the pass done down the inside the racing point. The racing point having a few problems. Oh, there's a Toro Rosso round. It's Cardoso again, and he's round. He's had big.
He's out of the race.
Oh, he's out of the race, and he's had big contact. But he's out of the race and into the wall, and Cardoso out, and we've got another safety car. For God's sake, guys, really? Another safety car. That's going to slow everything down. But will
the front people pit?
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. It'll be good for the likes of Ace Sabo, Grosotto, and Eskiboy. Who decide, Ace DeSabo in. Matt Prince comes in, even though he's done 3 laps on the medium, so maybe he's going to try and go softs to the end of the race. Unknown Elder in as well. He's one of the drivers that started on the mediums. Eskiboy is going to come in as well, so quite a few drivers coming in for wing changes and stuff here. Grosotto, though, stays out, surprisingly.
And Backwards Boy is pitting again. He's in a pit again.
I believe so. Maybe a bit of damage. Are they preparing a wing for him?
I think.
Yeah, they are. They're prepared.
Yeah,
yes.
he had damage.
So some damage for him. So he's getting a wing change now. A lot of drivers already back in again for some more pit stops. Just let's see some racing, guys. Come on.
He was in maybe a contender to the race lead.
Definitely.
Boy.
Quazboy, he looked like he's going to be a bit of a contender here, but X-Natty going strong, and Grosotto is going to need to come into the pits at some point. And if he wanted to come into the pits, he should have done it then, because now he's stuck behind the safety car, and he's gonna have to come into the pits at some point. But actually, as I'd said that, do you know, Matt Prince and Unknown Elder, do you know how they were on the medium tyres? They have gone onto a set of softs to the end of the race, so do you reckon they're going to struggle a lot at the end of the race here?
Yeah, I think the tire wear will kick in. Now we're driving 25% race. I think they will kick in around maybe 12th or 11 lap. So it's interesting because everyone is on medium.
Definitely, it's going to be interesting as they'll be trying to push their way all the way up the grid here, but they've got to overtake first before they can do that, but they'll be really struggling at the end of the race, so they don't want to push too hard, maybe try and conserve their tyres here. And it's going to be interesting to see, but it's going to be, is Grosotto going to come in? No, he hasn't come in. interestingly enough. May have been a bad strategy for him there.
That's a big mistake.
Yeah,
he should have pitted there.
Yeah, he should have came into the pits probably on the first lap even when when the safety car came out. But
yeah, he's on soft, right?
Yeah, he's on the soft tyres, 5-lap-old softs now. But what is going to be good though for the drivers on the soft, like the likes of Matt Prince and Unknown Elder, who was saying is interesting. Actually, Albagu, Breath there, and Doku and Cleansheaf all on the set of softs. What's going to be good for them here, David, is that the safety car is going to be really helping out in terms of their tyre life because they won't be pushing as hard on these laps.
That's right. But I don't know. I don't think so, and I don't think that the soft will go to the end. But
really interesting. It's got to go 11 laps, so it could do it in a push. If they could get their tyre wear sorted now and keep it low now, it could go 11 laps. It might go 11 laps actually. I think they may have done a good there. We'll have to see what happens.
Maybe there will come a safety car later.
Yeah, they'll be hoping for a form of safety car later. Probably pit for another set of softs actually if they were to do that. I'm assuming most drivers would probably be set for the set of softs, and Grossoto will be hoping for a safety car later as well. But let's see if everyone will come in here. So the pack's completely bunched up. We've lost 2 drivers, Vincher and Cardoso here, but a driver who had a driver who crashed out last race. Sorry. And has done really well this race. Absolute 11.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit of a fan favorite in the chat. I've seen his name many times. So yep, he's doing a great job right now. So
yeah, he's doing.
He can hold on to that P4 or maybe even higher.
Definitely, we'll have to see whether he can hold on to it. But is the safety car in this lap?
I think Escoboy just got disqualified.
Oh, Escoboy has been disqualified. Yes, he has. He has been disqualified. No, it is. The safety car is in this lap, and we're back under green flag racing once again. And now Exani, our potential race leaders all over the back of the Ferrari. And we've got an incident already at the back. And Exani round the outside. Oh, he's forced onto the grass a little bit. Is he going to get the pass done? Oh, the Ferrari's headed to the Mercedes. The Ferrari lost it. The Ferrari lost it on the exit, and he's hit straight into the Mercedes, and there's damage and contact already to Matt Prince all the way down at the back, and he's been involved in that accident as well.
And Absolute is right behind. X-Medi-G now. He was in P3, I think. But now it's P2 right behind X-Medi-G.
Yeah, brilliant move there from X-Medi-G, and if you notice that the Red Bull of Grossoto, after that move from X-Medi-G, he lost it on the exit of turn 2 and went straight into the Mercedes. Who was the Mercedes that he went into? Was it Unknown Elder?
I think it was Jutsi because he has no momentum right now. So I think it was
Jutsi? Yeah, it is. It's Jutsi. It is Jutsi. He's got bad damage, and Doku getting around. Doku really pushing here on those soft tyres, and he's going to maybe go down the inside of the Toro Rosso and gets past him as well, of Matt Prince. But all these drivers here in this queue here have got bad damage, and they're all going to have to come in here as everyone will be pushing through the pack. And there's a lot of drivers with damage here at the back here, but X-Nanny getting an abrasive move round the outside, then on the inside there, and he's going to be attacked now by the driver of Absolute 11 from behind. So this could be an interesting battle here. It's all those drivers that had damage, as we said, on that opening laps there of that safety car have all come into the pits, and I believe they're all going to go onto a set of soft tyres. It looks like here, David.
Yeah, maybe there will come a safety car later. That they will come in clutch off. Yeah,
definitely. I think yeah, but it looks like we're not looking for another safety car. Yeah, Piero said please no SC. Yeah, we want some racing here. It's Absolute 11. It's all over the back of X-Natty-G, and yeah, those drivers at the back will be really looking for a safety car, as he said. But X-Natty's going to have to try and pull out some form of a gap here to Absolute 11 in the Williams behind. Otherwise, X-Natty will not be able to get a a good run here, and he's going to have a little bit of a battle at the start. Gregster behind us, and then Elder down the inside, and the Mercedes forces the Alfa onto the grass, but gets the pass done, and very nicely done there from the Mercedes driver. But yeah, I was going to say it was a good move, wasn't it, David?
Yeah, it was. He got slipstream. There's no DRS. He gets a bad exit. He gets a bad exit of the last
bad
corner.
exit.
I know.
Yeah, that's allowed.
Boys is going into P4 now.
Yeah, but Quasboy into P4, and that's allowed Quasboy to get the move done. But keep an eye on Absolute 11 and X90. It's Absolute 11 actually put in the fastest lap, and Absolute might look for a move, but he won't have DRS yet, as you said, because of the safety car restarts. Unknown Elder looking for a move back around the Alfa Romeo. Not getting the pass done at the moment. Is going to wait for the rest of the... It's a lap here. We've got a little bit of a battle on our hands up front as Absolute 11 all over the back of X-Natty here. And yeah, if everyone's enjoying this, make sure you gift a sub to Gavra, and if you can subscribe and gift any more subs to the channel, be highly appreciated. If you've got Twitch Prime, then please do so. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Is make this race, if you want to see all the action that's happened previously, the race will be uploaded onto our Gavra Racing YouTube channel when we're getting so close.
There's a Renault.
There's a Renault. I think it's Clenchief. Yeah, it's Clenchief. He's off. But yeah, this race will be uploaded to the Gavra Racing YouTube channel after this. So if you want to go subscribe over there, please do. We're getting ever so closer to the 1,000 subscribers. We want to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to do it way before the end of the year. But speaking of getting a job done here, Absolute 11's going to be looking for a move on X-Natty. X-Natty defends to the inside, but Quasboy showing some very good pace here, and is going to be catching up to Gregster in the... in the Red Bull here. We're going to see a big battle on our hands here as Absolute 11's going to be looking for a move as X-Natty defends to the inside again, and that's allowed Absolute 11 to just go up the back, and X-Natty got a bit of a poor exit there, it looks like, David, and that's allowed the Williams to get the to maybe get a move here. You're going to go down the inside into this corner and be a very abrasive move to do so, but the abrasive move here, and it's abrasive move from Quasboy. He goes down the inside of the Red Bull, and now he's down the inside again of the Red Bull. If he gets that pass done, it's going to be an extraordinary move, and he does so. And a brilliant move there as he went down the inside, and Unknown Elder Gregster losing out to all of those cars there after that move, and that's allowed Dan Schneider and Unknown Elder to get involved as well. And yeah, we've got a big battle on our hands here up front already.
Yeah, but some of these guys have to look after the tires, because they're 8 laps old right now. So yeah, and they still have to 6 laps?
Definitely, yeah. 5 more laps to go. It'll be 4 in a second. But interestingly, though, Unknown Elder's going to need to conserve them tyres, them softs. Otherwise, he's gonna fall down from the back of this pack, and you can already see that's going to happen. It's just someone off in Sector 2. There's another Renault off, and it's Absolute 11 looked like he was going to go for a move. Xenny's had a bad exit. Dan Schneider's made a move down the inside of the Mercedes, and Mercedes going to have a fight back here. Is Absolute 11 going to look for a move? And this battle here is Absolute 11 round the outside. He's going to get the pass done. Will he go down the inside? Oh, it's close between them all. Oh, this is really close between all these drivers. And what this has done here, David, is it's allowed Quasboy to get involved as well. And then it's going to allow Dan Schneider to get involved as well. And someone off in Sector 3, it's the Renault again. But what a battle we've got on our hands here at the moment.
Yeah. I didn't see what the battle between X-Natty G and Absolutely. I was focused on the Schneider, so I wasn't focused on the. But, it's really close right now.
It is. It's really, really close between all of these drivers, and it's getting close here between Clenchief's out, so Clenchief's disqualified here, but not disqualified. He's DNF. Sorry, but Ace de Sabo getting around the Red Bull there, as the Red Bull's had a big mess up. But back to the racing in front here, as DRS is going to be involved, and this is where most of the overtaking happens during this race. As let's have a look here, as is Absolute going to look for an outside. X-Natty defending very, very well here, David. As now Absolute 11's going to look for a move, and X-Natty defends to the inside again. Will Absolute 11 look for an outside move? And oh, he's going to get the cutback maybe around the outside. Oh, a little bit of contact. Nothing too much there. And Exani showing off some brilliant defending there. Would you agree?
Yeah. I'm really, really great switchback.
Oh, but Quasboy, big dive down the inside. That was a big move down the inside. He gets the pass done. Big move there from Quasboy, and that was a brilliant overtake. A bit of contact though, but a big dive. No damage done to the front wings of any of the cars, though, which is good. But Quasboy, a big dive there, an absolute 11. Ooh, we don't want to look for a move through here, but he's going to be all over the back of Quasboy. And Quasboy loses it across the track. And Quasboy loses it on the exit, and he's lost it. No wing damage, I don't think, to the car. But oh, he lost it. And Quasboy looked like one of the favourites here to potentially even win this race.
Yeah, he had 2 stops under the safety car, so he will not have so much tire wear, like the Absolute and X-Natty. But he's P7 now. It's not looking good.
Yeah, definitely.
Does he have damage?
Sergio, I don't believe it was that much of a bad move. It was a late dive. There was a bit of contact. If it was real F1, it would have been a bad move. But I think in this game, in terms of the fact the damage isn't as realistic, depending on the settings, I think it was all right. But yeah, maybe he shouldn't have gone for a move there in terms of how late he was on the brakes. But it doesn't really matter now. Anyways, he's down in 7th position. But as you can see here, though, David, that battle between Absolute 11 and Quasboy has allowed Exani to gain an over a second gap on Absolute 11 behind.
Yeah, and we're also gonna look on Dan Schneider because he's in P3 right now, and his medium has only driven on his medium for 8 laps, while Absolute and X-Natty has been driving.
Sorry, carry on.
On 11 laps, driving their mediums on 11 laps. So maybe Dan Schneider don't have so much tire wear at the end.
Definitely, it'd be interesting to see as Dan Schneider, yeah, will be pushing on Absolute, but Absolute within a second now of X90, so we'll have DRS, and X90 is going to have to try and hold this now as we're on the penultimate lap in this race, and he's going to have to try and hold this win. As Piero says, a Verstappen move. Yeah, it was very much like a Verstappen move, that Quasboy move. But
I didn't expect the move.
Yeah, I didn't expect the move either. It was very interesting. But at the moment here, we've got a bit of battle on our hands for first position. As yeah, there's a lot of drivers here, and Gregster getting quite close behind Unknown Elder. And Unknown Elder looks like he's struggling a little bit on those 9-lap old softs there.
Yeah, he was looking fast after the safety car on the new soft, but now the soft are very old, so
yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Oh,
his tire wear is really kicking in.
Yeah, his tire wear is really kicking in now. It's Absolute 11. Oh, is he going to look for a move here? I don't think he really should look for a move here through these high-speed S's. But he might potentially look for a move. No, he doesn't. He's going to wait for the DRS zone, which is very smart from him. Gregster and the Mercedes going wheel to wheel through this section. And in the end, Gregster had to back off.
Ooh,
and that
the Mercedes almost crashed.
Oh, the Red Bull getting around the Mercedes. And yeah, that's allowed the Red Bull of Gregster to get through there. But at the moment, Absolute 11 all over the back of X-Natty. Oh, a late braking, and that could have been very, very interesting there. Is Absolute 11 all over the back of X-Natty. He's going to have DRS into this corner. X-Natty defending to the inside once again. Is X-Natty trying to do anything he can to keep that? Oh, Absolute 11 going to go around the outside. This could be a late move for the win. Will X-Natty get back round the inside maybe? And this could allow Dan Schneider to get involved as X-Natty. Oh, X-Natty's got damage. That's why he's struggling so much. He's got front left end plate damage, and that's why he's struggling so much on here. Will X-Natty look for a move into this corner? He might potentially look for it. Dan Schneider's going to try and get involved as well, and we've got a brilliant battle for first place here. Is X-Natty, is he going to look for a move? Oh, he's going to look for a move into this corner, but no, Dan Schneider all over the back of X-Natty.
Bad exit for X-Natty.
Yeah, he's got. I think it's because that wing damage. He's got really bad cornering here, and he might lose out. It's going to come down to whoever's got which type of penalties here. And X-Natty's going to have DRS all over the back of Absolute 11, but that wing damage really not helping him out at all. And this could be 2 second-place finishes for X-Natty. And Absolute 11, after crashing out in the first race, might get a win here if he's got no penalties. And if they see what the penalties are at the end here, is X-Natty's going to come around the final corner. He's going to try and stay ahead of Dan Schneider. And what a battle we had at the end here. As Absolute 11's going to win, I believe. He's going to win it out. No, X-Natty wins on penalties. X-Natty wins on penalties, and Dan Schneider gets 3rd. Gregster gets 4th. Unknown Elder gets 4th. Sorry, Gregster gets 5th. Al Bagu gets 6th, I believe, unless there's penalties. Yeah, Bakwas Boy's 8th. Ace to Sabo 7th after the penalties. Jetsy, after he finished 1st in the first race, is going to come around and a bit of a poor performance in the second race. Okay, 9th position. Sorry, oh god, I'm losing my voice. 9th position here. Ed Mir will take 10th place. I'm losing my voice right here. Ed Mir take 10th here. Doku will take 11th.
Dan Schneider starting P16, and now he finished P3rd.
Yeah.
That's a great race from him.
Yeah, great race from Dan Schneider. 13 positions made up, and he made 2 stops in that race as well. Dan Schneider made 2 stops and came 3rd on the podium. So a brilliant race to him. I think my driver of the day is going to have to go to him out of the 2 races. I mean, he had a poor first race, but that is an amazing comeback in that second race. But brilliantly done to X-Natty as well, who actually had 2 very good races, 2 podiums. So he could potentially be a driver of the day as well. So get your drivers of the days in, guys. If you in the comments below. I mean, it could be Dan Schneider, it could be Absolute 11, it could be X-Natty, but it's really close to call between those drivers. I think those drivers will be the nominees for me. So if you could vote maybe out of those. If there's anybody else here, Jetsy had a good first race as well. So
I think, in my opinion, it's gotta be Schneider. He started P16 and stopped 2 times in a 25% race. That's impressive.
Definitely, it is impressive as Vanessa's driver of the day, Dan Schneider. So, yeah, there's your final grid. And Absolute 11, Dan Schneider both had 3 second time penalties. That's allowed X-Natty to win the race. That allowed him to get the first position, Absolute in second, Dan Schneider in third. And that, by the way, is X-Natty's second only win in Gavra Racing. His first win was in the Freshman League last season in Austria. That is his second win, his second only win here in Gavra Racing. And then there is the rest of your grid. That is your top 3. Well done to all those drivers. Well done to Jetsy for winning the last race as well. But yeah, and I think that qualifying, that one shot, David, there didn't help Jetsy out a lot in terms of in terms of the rest of his race.
No, not at all. He started P18, and
yeah,
he finished P9, but yeah.
Yeah, interesting there. But thank you everybody for joining us. If you like the video, make sure you go and follow. Looks like Dan Schneider is going to get driver of the day, but make sure you go and follow the Twitter page. Gift any subs that you can. Go subscribe to the YouTube. Pop a like over on the YouTube. This will be uploaded after on our YouTube channel, so make sure you go and give that a watch as well. Replay all of these glorious moments. Yeah, make sure you follow Twitter and Instagram pages. And yeah, we'll see everyone next Sunday. And thank you, David, for joining me.
Of course, that was 2 nice races. So I'm looking forward to the next time.
Definitely, and yeah, so we'll see everyone next week. So yeah, see you later.